people are really gonna watch this?
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she wants us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, you ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready?
Nigga.
What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with
Your girl so fab. Hey, y'all.
the dopest crew in the game, the dopest brother-sister combination out here in radio. What?
Instagram. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so
We're back.
what's up, people?
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Feel good? Feel great? How was your Tuesday?
You know what? It's been a good week
That's
thus
good.
far. I'm not going to complain. There is a lot to complain about, but I'm not going to. How about yourself?
I'm tired of these kids
And it's only September 24th.
not listening. I don't understand it, man. I just don't understand. I don't understand that. That is my thing for whenever I'm like over something. Like when I
Mhm.
start doing this,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. And as an educator, you spend more time raising people's kids. I'm not understanding what this dynamic is and where things are just kind of weird, but it's weird. Some basic things like basic manners that are just missing.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. And so because I don't understand it, I'm just one of those old grumpy guys like, you rascally rabbits. Like, I don't understand it. And so, I don't know. It just wears on me because it's like, who is teaching this?
Right.
Who's allowing this? And it stirs up a whole thing. But
Right.
that's neither here nor there. We're going to have a good show today, even though I look like I am in a shadow. That's crazy work.
Yeah, I was going to say the lighting is doing well for me.
Yeah, because you're not that dark.
Oh.
So what do we have going on today? Oh, my phone is
got a
over there.
10.
So I got to see about our birthdays today.
Do you want it?
Huh?
Do you want it?
Nope. I'm going to try to use another laptop here and see what we got going on. Do you have any birthdays?
Let's see.
You should. You ain't been here in a week.
Nigga. Let's see. Birthday. Oh, yes. To my homie, DJ K Stone. She is one of the dopest DJs in the game. Actually, one of the first female DJs I've ever met. She and I go way back to when I first came down here, and I was hosting a creative what is it, like a talent show where it was fashion, it was art, it was music, it was rapping. I met a lot of people from Raw. It's a dope experience, but she was one of the people that was kind of like my right hand man. She and I controlled the crowd. She did the music, I hosted. So easy to work with and just a really good spirit. So happy birthday to her. Another DJ that I know, Loso, in case you didn't know so, my guy, his birthday was yesterday. One of the dopest DJs in the game. Very, very talented. Doesn't say how old he was, but I think he's roughly around the same age as me. So somewhere in the latter 30s. Happy birthday to you, homie. And then some of my high school crew, Kalina Yates, her birthday was on the 21st, and Tierra Dinkins, her birthday was on the 21st as well. And our cousin Maya, happy birthday to you, sweetness. It was her birthday on the 21st as well. So happy birthday to all of you. Hey.
Okay, and I got Dale Smith, happy birthday. Derek Twitty, happy birthday. Brian Hedgepath, happy birthday. Marquil Osborne, happy birthday. And Joe Navari. That's all today. And a few of the older ones. We got Britt Strayhorn. Did you say her already?
Mm-mm.
We got Jamie Bailey, Philip Marble, Brandon Woolen, David Zoner. That's a name I haven't seen in a long time. David Zoner and I literally go back to daycare.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, daycare when mom used to work at a daycare center. So the Zoner family, I know them all my life, and then ended up going to high school with them. And so yeah, David Zoner, what's up?
Happy birthday, sweetness.
William Colley, one of my good friends from Central Catholic as well. And then it goes into what Los, you already said Los, Tessie Hunter, and Kimberly Dean. And happy birthday to everybody. Happy birthday to all y'all. So last time when we did birthdays, I didn't have our roadcaster, so I wasn't able to do the birthday song. So today I can do the birthday song. So happy birthday.
Y'all ready? Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
So, as the saying goes, continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating. From the Sibs. Happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday.
I don't have a rant yet, so we're gonna go ahead and with entertainment news because usually this is where I start ranting, but I don't have one. The rant is the same as it was before. Why do people comment on things they don't like? I don't know. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. I'm a scroller. No. I don't take time to comment to tell people, you know what, I don't like what you just did. Right. I don't care. Because you know what, at the end of the day, no one cares.
Not at all. Especially when you're the minority.
The minority?
The minority.
Especially when you're the minority. Entertainment news. And so who do we have up first for entertainment news? I think I put the diddler first.
Yeah, we can start with the diddler first. So, listen, there's a lot circulating around Diddy and more evidence is popping up, especially with him talking in reference to these parties. There was a recent clip where he was on the Conan O'Brien show and he was talking about like the different measures that he would take as far as, cranking the heat up and making sure the drinks is flowing and, if it's hot and then you have alcohol, like that kind of messes with your senses a little bit. A lot has been going on. And a lot has been coming to the forefront. And then a lot of pictures are starting to surface of these Diddy parties and people who are hanging with Diddy. And even some of the white celebrities who have been hanging with Diddy and seen at these parties. One of them being Leonardo DiCaprio. He has yet to say anything. He's been kind of mum. And a lot of celebrities are. One of them who was letting it known that he was not at the party is Ice Cube. But I've never really seen where the two of them were in the same circle. So. Nah. It didn't really make sense for him to state that. It's almost like you were just looking for attention. But he made sure to let everyone know, like, yeah, I don't get down with these parties. That has never been me. And then the relationship between Diddy and Justin Bieber has come into the forefront because, I don't know if some people know, when he was younger, like around 13, he just got on the scene. He was Usher's protege. Diddy kind of like took him underneath his wing and, had him around and, he would make jokes like, oh, well, let's go scope for some girls. So some people felt like their relationship was a little inappropriate and he was exposing him to certain things that he probably should not have been exposed to at such a young age. And even his representatives now, Justin Bieber's representatives are saying like, in light of the recent news, he's just been a little disturbed by it. So I'm guessing he was not at the parties. I mean, I haven't seen any photographic evidence of him at the parties, but they said that he's really not taking it well, considering the fact that he just did a record with Diddy on his last album, which unfortunately was actually a really good record.
Are the allegations about the parties in the transcripts that are out? So what happened is out? Because what did he do? What did Diddy do at the parties?
I don't think it's so much. I think people are just making jokes about the parties because of the outlandish things that were happening, as far as people being dehydrated and then him having the IV drips to, keep the whole entire freak fest or freak offs going. I think it's more so the lawsuits and his behavior and how he's been allegedly sexually assaulting or physically assaulting women. That is more so, but the parties, for whatever, are seeming to take precedence over what he's actually done.
Correct, because in my mind, and I know people may get mad and say things and I don't care, we never locked up Hugh Hefner. Bill Cosby gave drugs at the Playboy Mansion. That was his place of choice to do a lot of the things that he was doing. And we're not putting any of that under scrutiny. As some people said, being a freak is not illegal, because Uncle Luke used to have a show, pay-per-view show, and Snoop too, where people were literally having sex in the background while they were interviewing people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this happened in the 90s, crazy time.
But these were all consenting adults, correct?
To our knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know if them girls are drugged or none of that stuff like that, because that's why I want to know, like, okay, so what did Diddy do wrong? Because having a freaky party is not illegal. Also, I've seen a video of Diddy on the balcony of his, I guess where the pool and stuff is at, announced to tell people, go home, because this is the after party. And if he's telling people that, like, literally he's on the porch in all white talking to his guest. Now, I'm not making up for the diddler. I think the diddler, needs to, whatever he did wrong, do wrong. But whatever you didn't do wrong, I don't think we should just keep piling on. If you did something wrong with the girls and things like that, of course. But a party, I think the parties, we need to investigate a little bit more. But also, Usher erased his whole social media profile.
Now, he said he was hacked.
And I don't believe that. So did Shannon Sharp.
And so did Pink.
Right. You did that on purpose. Everybody's gonna go down. And
or at least get questioned.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because Usher, his name has been dropped in a couple of these lawsuits of him being present when Diddy was physically assaulting these girls.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then DL Hughley, I agree with him. My last comment is gonna be, his quote: if you're telling a story about something you knew and you didn't do anything about it, you are not a witness, you're an accomplice. Especially
as an adult.
And I agree with him. Like, at this point in time, all y'all with these stories, y'all are just as guilty as Diddy. So that's my 2 cents about the diddler. I really don't have no jokes because it's not funny. I am upset with all these people all of a sudden now, like, and let me tell you, no, don't do that.
And the ones that we want to hear from have not said anything, like good old Mary J. Blige. Mary, quite contrary. Instead, her team is, essentially trying to focus on the positive.
Her head too big.
She's like a third member. Hey, girl.
Damn, I gotta readjust.
But her team, and this is what PR teams do, instead of her hiding and not saying anything, they're putting her forefront, and she's selectively doing interviews with people who probably know not to talk about Diddy and the allegations and the parties and all the stuff like that. So she was recently on Sherry Shepherd's show, where none of the topic of Diddy was discussed. Instead, it was more so just her talking about her new album called Gratitude, and then her going on tour which is a thank you to, well, essentially what she said, a thank you to her fans. And Neo and Mario will be a part of it as well. But, some people are just like, Mary, girl, what's the tea, sis? You've been with Diddy for a very long time. Very, 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 very long time. And you telling us that you don't know anything?
Yeah,
Nothing?
so they use a lie.
Yeah.
Run it in, Mary. We want to know what's up.
Yeah.
The video ain't working.
It's not?
No.
Well, it wasn't much.
Where it's at.
It wasn't much other than her just talking about the fact that, she's excited about the new album, that she wants to thank her fans, and that she's in a better place and all stuff like that. But like I said, it's funny that
she was in a bad place.
Well,
the divorce
and all of that stuff like that. So
didn't she want the divorce?
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean that, it's going to be like, can you feel a brand new day?
Don't divorce.
Shut up.
Don't you see Tia's having a hard time learning? She learning it.
Yeah, Tia's going through a lot.
She should have sat her ass down. Straight up. Now you sat there and left your husband. Now your sister don't like you and you ain't got no husband.
She didn't say that her sister didn't like her. She just said that the two of them aren't as close.
Why ain't I close? I don't like you.
Which sent everybody on social media into a frenzy because they're like, what do you mean the sisters ain't close no more?
Because, I don't like the fact that she did what she did. That lets me know that she didn't agree with the whole divorce thing.
Who?
The other one. Which one is Tia is the one that's divorced?
Yes, and Tamara
is the one that's not. I don't think she agreed with that.
And well, allegedly the two of them haven't been close for some time.
Yeah. Well, they used that. I seen the interview where she was mad because she used to tease her because they called Tamara the white one, and she didn't like that, and that's funny.
It is
because she was crying about it.
I know.
It's like, but then you married a whole white guy and everything. I mean, you fit the,
but she's just taking, the same steps as her mother. So
no. Why are you mad about that being called the white twin?
Because she's still a black woman. Y'all ain't shit.
Is she? So here we go with is she? Because okay, you're black, but you're being called white. And this is the part about our culture that I think, if I could change something, it would be that. And it would be how we identify people who are multicultural. So when you're calling her white, and she's like, that hurt my feelings. And then you're like, well, let me see your parents. You got a whole white mom, dad. You got a whole white dad. And you're offended by being called white. Your father is white. Like, what are you crying about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because she may identify as a black woman.
But your father is a whole white man. And I get that you can identify as a black woman, but we automatically tell black or multicultural children immediately use black. And it's like, well, you are white too. So cut it out.
Stop fighting. You know why they were calling her the white twin?
Because that's how she acted.
Exactly. That's why she was crying. You know better.
But your mannerisms and things like that match your father, who happens to be white. Like
the fact that she can't dance on beat. She has no rhythm.
And your father is white. Like I just think like,
hey, Mr. Purvis.
Hey, cousin. I think she should have. I think if she would have stayed with her husband, things would have been different amongst their family. I mean, that whole leaving him thing, and then talking about it, like somebody always told me, you can always tell the person who in the divorce who was the guilty party because they can't let it go. And my man done moved on, and you still out here like, and it's hard to date. Nobody asked. And my DMs is empty. Nobody asked. Did anybody say, you know what? And you know what makes it bad? When you say your DMs is empty and then they still stay empty.
Shut up.
And you're a celebrity. Like, why ain't nobody talking to her? And this was something I said on the last show, and I truly agree with this. Like the Shaqs and stuff of the world, like Shaquille O'Neal. Why do y'all deal with these women that don't have anything But then you have all these women that you see in Hollywood that do have things. And y'all completely ignore these women.
Like Sanaa Lathan and Regina
Hall.
Yeah, Regina Hall.
And, you know, it's like, what?
Not to say I don't know who she's dating. So.
But it's like y'all just bypass these women. And I mean, maybe they got their reasons because, you know, people say Nia Long is not the best to get along with, and because her dude cheated, and people were like, but wait, she's a trip. I don't know. I just don't see, like, okay, so Tia is saying her DM is empty. Why? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
and is it really empty, or is it just the niggas you don't want to talk to? So you're like, my DMs is empty. Meanwhile, you got 15 dudes talking to themselves. Because we'll say that too. Like, ain't nobody in my DMs. Girl, Frank, Charles, Bennett is all in there.
You do?
I do.
Is that what y'all do?
Hey, beautiful. So anyway.
The good morning. What's what they say?
Grand Rising.
Do you get Grand Risings?
I haven't gotten that in a long time.
Grand Rising is horrible.
Because I think everybody collectively said that you're horrible if you say that.
There you are.
She has. Yeah, she has. I think she's
Who's been
trying
doing?
too hard.
Oh, you talking about Tia? Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. What point were the sisters ever the sisters?
And I think that's what people tend to get confused. Like, yes, they had the reality show, but you could see them kind of bickering. And then Tia was kind of, making fun of
She was
Tamara.
The bully twin.
Yeah, making fun of Tamara because Tamara's soft. She's cottonelle soft, but, like that's still your sister at the end of the day. But then let's not get fooled by what we see on TV, and what we've grown up to see, because just because they're twins, just because they're sisters doesn't mean they're always going to be, each other's favorite person. People grow apart all the time.
Yeah. And I mean, it what I was trying to say was like their show, we loved it, but it was corny.
Sister? Shut up. That's cute. I love Sister. Did you know Jack A didn't want to take that role?
I bet.
Yeah, because she was like, I still felt like I was young and youthful and pretty. And she's like, I didn't want to be no mom. And then when she met Tia and Tamara, she was like, I fell in love with them and went ahead and accepted it.
Well, she needed the job because it wasn't like nobody. What has she done since?
Leave Jack A alone.
See, and then now people get mad talking about, he think he a comedian. I don't think I'm a comedian. I just put out real life shit that makes it, and we make it funny. What the hell was she doing since? Give me her timeline between 227 and Sister.
Sure.
I bet you it ain't nothing that we were like, yeah, there's no way.
But people can still decide to say that they don't want to do certain roles.
Talking about I'm too
everybody
young.
Doesn't
too
want,
young?
Everybody ain't sold for money.
Too young?
Like, oh, that's right. She was in the Ladybugs. That was my movie. I love that movie.
But she said she was too young.
Well, because she said she still felt like she was sexy and in her prime, and she wasn't ready to be a mother yet. Because, one thing about, Black actresses, they will push you into the mammy role so quick. And it's like, now, wait a minute. I'm still in my 20s. Allow me to still be youthful. Why do I got to be a mom?
Okay. I get it. But she ain't getting no...
What the hell is this?
What?
I don't know.
So I'm sorry. So let's speak. Let's talk about sisters. You want to talk about sisters? Let's talk about Michael's little sister.
Oh, Janet. So
let's go with that.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of shit, my nigga. Jackie is keeping a check. Good for you, sis. Janet. So yeah, she's been making recent headlines because she decided to speak on our hopeful, next president, Kamala Harris, and she was saying, oh, she didn't know that her father was Black. She was like, I was told and I thought that her father was white. Why this matters, why she felt the need to even state that. And she was like, I haven't been up on the news lately, but, I heard that he was white. So that just sent social media into a complete and total frenzy. And people were looking like, come on, Janet, like, what are we doing here? Why would you even do that? Then allegedly a member of her team issued an apology on her behalf, only to be told that it wasn't a member of her team and nobody authorized the apology, and that person has since been fired and she has yet to backtrack on the statement. It's just, I never woke up and said, I wonder who Janet Jackson is voting for, or I really care about, her political stance. Not once. So why people made a big deal out of it, I don't know. This is the same woman who didn't know that flaming hot Cheetos existed.
I'm like D.L. Hewley. D.L. Hewley said, once again, he's had his quote about Diddy, then he had his quote about Janet. He said, it's ironic to question whether someone is black while you're breathing through the nose of a white woman.
All right.
I mean, that's not a real nose. And not too many black people have that nose. So I kind of agree with him. Shut up.
I don't know why this was news.
I mean, it's news because we are collectively showing why we can't succeed as a people in its entirety. Like, it makes me think like we are truly the people in the Bible where they're like, we are the cursed people. We can't get out of our own way. I know you may not agree with her, with Kamala. I know you may not. I know that you may not specifically like her. I get that. But what you're saying is you like this guy better? Because if you don't like her, you only have this option.
And it's funny to me. I didn't want to get into it with my coworkers because they are of a different hue, And one of the dentists, he obviously was like, wanted to discuss politics. And he went into I don't like either one. But it makes me wonder, what is it about this woman that you don't like? And I never get particulars. I only get information that you heard from other people that may have been on social media, but not absolute facts. And even after watching the debate and you still say, I don't like you, I think that's a personal problem.
So she's done better. The one thing, there was a reel that I did have and I did not save it. Once again, that's a problem. Where since 2014, they have shown her literally saying the same thing over and over again, which, okay, that's your story. I'm a middle American and da-da-da-da, that's your story and all that. I get that. I would, if I said I didn't like both, I'm on the table of saying that I did not care for her run when she was running for president. I did not care for it. She, amongst the candidates, she didn't stick out to me like she's the one.
Right.
So what makes me say I'm voting for her now is because I believe in voting. I believe that we should vote one way or another because people died for the right to vote. And a vote, if you choose not to vote, that's a vote for Trump. So I'm not necessarily voting for her as much as I'm voting against him. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not so much you. It's our people of a different hue where I feel like, is it because she is black and because she's a woman? Because then you also didn't like Hillary.
I stood with Hillary a little bit different because I thought Hillary was probably a lot more involved with Bill's presidency than what people probably let on. I do believe that she was a lot of the brains behind what was going on amongst the Clinton presidency. And
that's what I'm saying. Like, in the same breath, they'll say like, oh, well, Clinton was a phenomenal president. But then you're like, but I don't like Hillary. And I'm like, but you, and I mean, please, any of those who are watching, who are who are our white counterparts and, you didn't really like Hillary and you don't like Kamala, please educate me because I'm not really quite sure. Like, do you not feel like a woman can lead the country or, is it something where it's like, well, I don't know if we're quite ready for an African-American woman president, or a woman president. Let me know. Because when I heard my colleague say that, when she's like, I just don't like both of them. And I wanted to ask, but getting into politics is exhausting because people only want to voice their opinions, don't necessarily want to listen. So I was like, I'm just going to shut up and let it go. But hearing more of her conversation, I'm like, I feel like you might have some bigger tendencies.
Well, when you got people like Janet not helping the situation, looking like that.
You picked the absolute worst photo of her.
She got out the car, and that is the picture that is on the internet. when you pinching noses like white people, I agree with D.L. Healy. You pinch your nose to look like a Barbie doll and all that, and then you speak. Oh, I don't know what she. Look, we just got done talking about it. If she had a toenail of black in her, as I look at my pinky, then then she, by rule of United States of America, is black.
Mm-hmm.
So the question, who's white and who ain't white, what does
it matter?
That's not on the table. Her race is not on the table. Her
qualifications, her policies.
And the one thing that Ms. Varner said on TV said that I agree with, even though we may get upset about her locking up a whole bunch of African-American males, the thing is, was she good at her job? And the answer is yes.
And get mad at your elected city officials because they're the ones that brought these said black men in front of her.
And so, I mean, and then were the black men innocent or were they guilty? Because, we quick to be like, you shouldn't be locked up or free Tito. Tito killed 2 people.
No, rest in peace, Tito.
No, free Tito. But Tito done killed 3-4 people. Free my homie. Your homie's a murderer, bro. Yeah. He sells drugs to kids, like stuff like that. Like now, if she locked up innocent people, then that's when you're like, now come on. Right. But if you're guilty, you're guilty. And I'm not saying I don't know her whole record to know if it's a whole bunch of one way or the other. But what I do know is she was good at her job. There's not too many jobs that this woman has had where people can say, honestly, she failed at it. So her run to be the president is her run to be the president. It has nothing to do with who is white or black in her family. Who cares? And Janet, you guys were raised Jehovah singing secular music. Your money is based off of secular music. And you guys, your mother and your father were Jehovah Witnesses. Nobody ever questioned that.
And shouldn't you be grieving your brother? When's the last time you spoke to him?
Well, I mean, which one died? Tito. Yes. That's right. And then I said Tito. Yeah, that's why you said like, that.
Oh, rest in peace, Tito.
That's how relevant the Jackson 5 is at this point. Mike's gone. The rest of them is just fanfare for old people like would have been our mom. Because ain't nobody like, oh, Marlon, is he still alive? Nobody. Right. Exactly. The forgotten one. The one that lost his mind on stage on that one time.
And Michael
got pissed. And Mike is just looking at him like,
he said, this is my moment. The fuck?
That cocaine hit at the right time. So, but ain't nobody judge y'all for being Jehovah Witnesses and singing secular music.
And
so
then at the end
we all got our things in the closet, and whatever it is, why?
What does it matter?
Yeah,
y'all pulled the same thing with Obama when you're like, well, is he really? What is this? If that's the only thing you have on me is to question my nationality, then I must be winning.
You know
in life.
What I want to see, and this is not me trying to be a funny guy or comedian. This is me I want to see if she gets the job, how she ages.
Oh,
because nobody gets this job and comes out looking like they went in. Nobody. So what is this job going to do to you? Because, that's why, and that's another reason why people should pay attention to Trump. His vice president is who you pay attention to, because this job could kill him again in the second round. He ain't too far off from Biden as far as mind power. So, I'm not going to say we're screwed, because I don't think, and I hate when people just call her by her first name too. I don't think our vice president Harris is a bad choice. She sees it. You see what I'm saying? Like when you're in the seat and you can see, or if you're next to the person that's in the seat and you can see how this job is going on, it might have gave her that much confidence to be like, man, this ain't as hard as y'all think. Maybe there's some things that a different light that she can shine on some things. Trump had his chance. That's all I keep saying. Like, why are we putting the dude back that had his chance and he's a convicted felon?
Because they're looking for Trump checks that they think that he awarded.
Trump checks?
Yeah. They're thinking that he's the one that dispersed these checks.
We're paying for that now, though.
Yeah, we are.
We are
Did you see
paying
how
for
he
that.
threw $100 at a woman in a grocery store?
Did he?
Yeah.
Did she catch it?
And it was like she was at the register and he was like, here you go. And it's like, first of all, that's illegal. And then two, why are we throwing money at people?
Trump did?
Yeah. It was like a single, possibly alleged. She may have had a family.
Was she black?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a woman with 3 kids and she was checking out and he was like, oh, here you go. And then he threw some money at her.
She didn't pick it up?
No, she picked it up. But she kind of like looked at him and laughed like, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked it up. That's one of the times where it wouldn't have been about the money.
Really?
I would have just stared at him.
Like that?
I'm picking this shit up. You bring your little hands over here and you pick that shit up and you hand them to me. Because this is crazy. You got little hands too?
I do. Look.
Oh, that's wild. Okay, so let's talk about something else. That's wild.
Yeah, I feel like most guys just don't want a woman running the country, but won't stand on the side. Yeah, the real reason why. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Why not? Why not? And somebody said, and it was wrong, but it was also funny to me. This is the best way to find out if we're right about a woman running the country. Let her do it and see if she does a good job. And if she doesn't, then you don't let her do it again. It was one of those comics that have like dry humor.
Not Andrew Schultz.
Nah, not him. It was, I don't even think he's somebody that was at the Funny Bone that, somebody was like, hey, we'll record this and this will go viral. And it didn't. So, but it was a point of, okay, let's see what she got. What could go wrong?
Can't get any worse.
Oh, we can be in a war. We were in that.
Yeah.
And men put us in that.
How about COVID?
COVID, we had that.
Yeah.
Recession, we're currently in that. So
and then Twin Towers, national disaster.
Yeah. So what not gonna say what's the worst that can happen because it can get worse.
We've already been hacked. Most of our business is out there.
Right. So let's let her take a stab at it.
Did you hear what they said about millennials? They said, if y'all don't leave millennials the fuck alone, because they've been through everything.
They have. I'm Gen X, right?
No, you're a millennial.
Am
You're on the very end of it.
Because I'm 80s.
Yeah.
81.
Yeah. Yeah. But you all the way up until I think 1996, which to me they shouldn't count. But they literally were like, we've been through so much. And you wonder why we look at people and like we're fucking tired. Because look at the things that have happened since Y2K.
Yeah. I mean, but nothing's like old Jim Crow. I mean,
we're equaling out.
I don't know. Segregation was some shit. I don't know. People always want to out misery somebody else until you really think about it like, oh, because they've been through everything. I get to go to the bathroom that I'd like to go to. I don't know.
Please tell me you saw that one clip of the older gentleman that was like, when I finally got a chance, to eat my meal at a white restaurant after, standing in and doing all those things. He was like, it was the worst meal of my life.
For real. Yeah. I mean, the person who said that about millennials, like, you would have to think, like, I say it all the time. What time, if you were black, would you want to go back to? That's why I don't believe Make America Great Again. Because when do we look at it and be like, yep, that would be the time? The only time that I say I would be like, yeah, that would be, it was probably like the 70s, like mid 70s, not like 72, 3, 4, maybe even back. I'm talking about like rolling into the 80s, 70s. And that's just because I like the music and the afros. Like it looked like everybody was having a good time. But then Bill was raping people, so maybe he was the Diddy of the 70s. So maybe that wasn't it.
All right.
But I definitely would not trade what I've been through for nope.
Yeah.
Nah, calling a boy, spitting in the face, having to do sit-ins and people hitting you with things and people being hung. Now it's a little different. They just traded hanging for police brutality, but I think I'm okay with what we're going through. I think
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think I'm straight. I definitely don't want to go back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, for people to say we're stressed out, imagine somebody that has seen like a person who's like in their 80s and 90s and stuff like that. Like I used to say, like, the older people who lived through Malcolm X getting murdered, Martin Luther King getting murdered, JFK getting assassinated and murdered. Like, you've seen all that.
Or being the first to actually segregate us, like Ruby Bridges.
Ruby, you got to go to school and you got guards around you. I don't know. I think I'll take what
Y2K. And
I'll take Y2K and COVID, and we'll go ahead and we'll roll with that. Take our chances. Like, that's heavy stuff that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we're trading a lot of things. Once again, who had it worse, but at least we can go to a bathroom, eat at restaurants, drive wherever we would like. I mean, now, that's to be questioned. Some people may question certain areas that, we're not necessarily welcomed in, but I would not trade my Black experience for back in the day. Yeah. So whoever said that was young. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I would have made it either. Like, because the only way to make it is to be step and fetch, and I'm not that. Yes, boss.
We do have modern day people step and fetch it. But moving on.
Go ahead.
What's next? Who do we have next? I don't know what order you have them in. Tyra.
Why did I make everybody say, I just don't want to be on the show? If I go down any further, I'm behind them. Jesus.
Come on, that hair is everything. So Tyra Banks, yes, one of the iconic super runway models. She will be back with the Victoria's Secret runway show. She announced it today to let everyone know that she's going to be returning. And I do feel like Victoria's Secret is trying to pull out all the stops because everyone has been dragging them since, Rihanna has come out with Fenty. And because Rihanna has now replaced the Victoria's Secret fashion show because she has men, she has women, she has big, small, disability, whatever. As she includes everybody into this fashion show. What? Yes, those with disabilities. She has them in the fashion show.
So how does that look?
Okay, so anyway.
I figured I'd ask before I make any jokes. I said, is that on YouTube?
You can see all of her fashion shows, yes.
So how does that look?
She's very inclusive. It works.
They wheel people down, or
oh my God. And then some, might not have the limbs, but she makes it work. It's a very, very well put together fashion show where everybody feels included. I'm not
laughing at anybody that has disability. I've never seen it. So then sometimes my laughter is out of confusion of what? Wait, what does that look like?
She makes it work.
So you've actually seen the video of this?
Yeah, I watched her first one, not her second one, but I watched the first one. And I mean, it was a really good fashion show.
And it got to the point where the people that were disabled got on the scene?
Yes. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
Now, I can get the wheelchair, but you're saying amputees. Did they have their prosthetics?
Yes, they did.
Oh,
yes.
All right. So then the people with the prosthetics. Okay, so then we're cool. Because if it went somewhere else.
The fact that this is synced to whenever you say wild shit.
What?
It's like, what's going on?
Oh, it did it? Yes. I just wanted to know. That's all. Because what? I never even heard of that. That's what we got to think of something outlandish to do. Now she said, "Hey, wheel her down here and watch."
She just wanted to make sure that she included a brand that was all inclusive, and she's been doing a phenomenal job at it because everyone loves Fenty Beauty, Fenty Intimates, or her clothes or whatever. But she essentially
I'm
just
Googling
pushed
this shit right
Victoria's
now.
Secret just out the way because it was always you have to be extremely thin, you know, you have to show nothing but skin, and they only wanted women who looked a certain type of way and have a certain aesthetic. And Victoria's Secret wasn't really meant for, you know, everyone. So because Rihanna jumped in the scene and was like, yeah, nah, screw all that. We're going to show people from different backgrounds, different height, weight, you know, men, women. She even has the LGBTQIA community involved. So some of the people from RuPaul's Drag Race were involved in the fashion show as well. She just, like I said, for anybody and everybody who she wanted them to identify with her lingerie brand. So kudos to her. So I definitely feel like Victoria's Secret is trying everything possible. So it's like, let's bring Tyra Banks back. Okay.
Yeah, because don't nobody want to see Tyra old ass anyway. She mom bodding.
I think she'll probably still be hot.
Of course she's hot, but she's mom bodding. Like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? And
Not
then
like Sports Illustrated.
nah, and it's not like you're gonna bring a crowd of people that's like, oh, you're gonna bring all the old people like me out. Like she still got it. Go ahead, Tyra. What new crowd is she bringing out?
Say like me.
I need to see Tyra. I remember I used to have her on my wall because I did. But that's not the Tyra that's going to show up.
No,
this is mom bod.
This
Tyra.
is Thickums. Tyra is thick now.
That's what I'm saying. And that's not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
who's your consumer?
Yeah, because I'm gonna watch this and be like, wow. I'm not gonna be like, now you know what? I'm gonna buy some Victoria's Secrets now. And let's not act like Victoria's Secrets has a large section for women with mom bods.
They only became inclusive once other brands, especially Rihanna, jumped onto the scene.
And this is wild. Go ahead, Rihanna.
And that's what I'm saying. She even got the chunky guys, like the ones with the dad bods. I'd be like, ooh.
She got a lady that got the whole prosthetic arm, but she looks the part besides the prosthetic arm.
See?
And then she had a lady that didn't have any fingers. And like, so you wouldn't have paid attention if somebody didn't say, look at her hand.
And then she has
I wanted to see
acts.
if she had the wheelchair, like, because that is where I'm like, word, now who's rolling them down the aisle? Do they got, and she do. There's a person in a wheelchair. So then does the person who's pushing her down the aisle dress in something too? And I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm like, how dope is this show? That means you have to think this shit out.
Yes, it's very well thought out, very well curated, and very well choreographed. And then I love the fact that even the choreographer for her show is the plus size choreographer Paris, who does a lot. She choreographed the Super Bowl halftime show, which I know you didn't like, but she is a plus size woman who is a dope choreographer. So, and like I said, then she gets all sorts of musical acts who walk out, you know, during this. It's a really good show. It's very entertaining.
Nope, I'm not gonna let it win. Because my question is, okay, here's my question.
So they need to do a Victoria's Secret brand of Depends.
What? And I mean, everybody, so then the sex educator, I'd be trying to think of be fair, right? Because the sex educator would say you can't talk about people's, like, their kinks.
Hey, y'all.
And I know there's fine people that happen to be in wheelchairs, don't get me wrong. But the one that they got right here, I'm like, now, hold on. Now, why did you, I thought you were going to put her in clothes. You got her in lingerie.
Yes, because it's a lingerie fashion show.
I thought it was regular clothes.
No, it's a lingerie fashion show.
And I'm not supposed to make jokes about this?
No, you're not. Hey now.
Google it, y'all. If you never seen it, Google it, because it's like, now, is that a kink? I need the sex educator on the phone ASAP. Because who's looking at the person in the wheelchair that's like...
The person who is in a wheelchair who wants to be seen on the runway. So it's like, yeah, let me go ahead and buy something. She's smart. Rihanna is a very, very, very smart businesswoman. I got to give it to her. Because who else is doing it?
Who else would have even thought of it? That's why it's genius to me, because I'm like, and it's not fair because people who with disabilities need to feel sexy and things like that. Like, I'm
And
not
I
wrong
need
with
something
that.
to hold up my titties, and guys need something for their balls. So
Who do we have next?
just saying, you still need your intimates. So Chingy.
Why did I make everybody so big? I just need to slide down.
Chingy.
There we go.
So Chingy, found himself in quite a pickle. So Chingy was recruited to be at the LGBTQIA plus MAGA event.
Mhm.
And he was scheduled to perform, which once again,
What are you performing for them?
right there. Do that right there.
That's cool because we didn't like that song anyway.
I fucking love that song. What? That was my era when the Chicken Head came out.
That song was terrible. Chingy was terrible.
Yes, but
So then why
Right
are
There
we
was
mad
my
at
song.
Chingy for doing anything for them?
Because what, my nigga? Like, first of all, the LGBTQIA plus MAGA doesn't even make sense. So how this event is even going on, I don't know. But then y'all sat there and said, let's get Chingy. Of all people.
Mhm.
Of all people.
It fits.
Chingy.
I mean, who else is going to do it?
Y'all could have got somebody else.
Who?
Anyone else? I don't know. Because I'm still trying to figure out how the LGBTQIA plus community and MAGA even fit in the same sentence.
I mean, same way that black voters and Latino voters are wearing Make America Great hats again.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either.
I mean, he threw paper towel at your people and they're like, I'm voting for him.
All right. So, needless to say, Chingy at first was adamant. He went on a whole entire social media rant about how, he was going to do it and how people shouldn't need to mind their business, blah, 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 blah. Only for several hours later for him to come back and be like, yeah, I decided not to do it.
That kitchen got hot. That kitchen got hot.
So he pulled out of the event and will no longer be performing at the LGBTQIA plus MAGA event. So Chingy, what?
Sorry.
That's all I can say.
Chingy is okay. When the last time you listened to a Chingy album?
No one listens to
See,
the album.
black
It's just like
people-
right there.
Black people, y'all let him make his coin. I mean, he's getting their money. That don't mean that ain't nobody voting for Trump because Chingy did an event.
Right.
Nobody, Chingy ain't swaying nobody's vote.
But it's also hard for you because you said that off air when you're sitting here saying you were mad that people thought that you were messing around with a woman that was trans. And then, you were fighting that only for her to come out and say that it never happened. But you're like, oh, but I'm going to perform at this event. See how these things don't make you
Well,
look good?
see, notice I didn't speak about the event as in who it was
Thank
for.
you, Mr. Purvis. I like that song too.
I didn't speak about who it was for. I just said he ain't swaying nobody's vote. Now, if we getting into the, who was this for, that's crazy work. Especially when you was accused of being gay and you want to get mad about, I ain't gay, but I'm gonna be at the MAGA LGBTQIA plus event.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what?
And we still have yet to see you with a woman, Chingy. And that picture looks kind of zesty.
That's why I picked it. If you it's raining men, then be that.
Please. You might actually get some people to re-listen to your stuff.
Here, no, but gay people don't have bad choice of music. No,
There was nothing wrong with Right There. That was my shit. That was a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. It was. I'm not gonna say it was, but it was a thing right there.
Right there.
It ain't moved. It did not pass the test of time. Ain't nobody asking for Chingy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many places have you been? You don't ever hear nobody be like, man, throw on Chingy. Like, And if you do, everybody's off the dance floor.
Oh.
Ain't nobody still doing that dance. They know if they do it, that's the person that somebody's saying, sit your ass down. Or he's had too much to drink. Like, ain't nobody. So Chingy, why? Who knew he was doing it?
Because of course it showed up on social media. His picture, I think that picture to be exact, was on the flyer.
Republicans, y'all be stretching. I don't care who it is for. Y'all be stretching.
They said, who shall we get?
Let's
Chingy?
try Chingy. Because even when y'all did Chrisette Michelle, it's still not like she was one of the ones where we're like, Chrisette, no. It was just, we're punishing you because you did it.
And like I said, I think people were willing to forgive her for that. It was the whole miscarriage thing where people were like, you know what, bitch, we've had enough of you.
What did he say? I didn't like
that or Nelly.
See, and see, I'm glad you said it, bro. I have never been a Nelly fan.
Really?
Ever.
Really?
Never.
Drop down and get your linger on, girl.
Nah,
Hey, flock your wings. Hey,
and Puff made that song. And that, no.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's a Puffy produced song.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What about the other one? The Bad Boy song. Did he do that one too?
Yeah, for the Bad Boy soundtrack.
Yeah.
He did the whole soundtrack.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was my shit. Take it low to the flow. Oh. Whatever, y'all haters.
I mean, no, it's your time. That's your time. Like somebody said, man, y'all 90s dudes, all y'all want is Tim's, baggy shorts, and Wu-Tang Clan. So so what? You know, somebody say, man, you nobody listening to Onyx no more. It's like, you know what?
I like Onyx.
Onyx is our version of Chingy. That was a moment of time. Nobody let it go past that time.
Because then he went into acting, right?
He tried to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who's that?
Goodness. Leave Nelly out of it. I know that's right. Thank you, cuz.
No. Y'all got Nelly. Yeah, Wu-Tang is for the kids, for the children. Y'all got. I just never got into Nelly. Never.
Crazy.
Never. Even when everybody, no matter what, all that, I couldn't stand that song. Think about it. As many times you wrote with me, have you ever heard me have Nelly?
What? I haven't.
No, because he's terrible. I'll listen.
Underlay, mommy. Yeah.
Who's listening to Onyx? What? I challenge that. That one is a challenge. We should make a game challenge. You got to prove that. I ain't never heard. Who's out there listening to Slam? Dub, dub, dub. Let the boy. Here's another one. And there's another one. And the troublesome. And why does everybody want to sound grimy?
That was a whole movement because it went with, people playing basketball and stuff like that. Like, it got people hyped. Kept the crowd going.
Right. That was why? Because you bought the Jock Jam CD?
I remember Jock Jam. You thought you was doing something with fucking
Jock Jam Volume 2. That, and it was followed by House of Pain. Jump around. Jump up, and get down. Like, what?
And they always say, everybody dance now. Like, goddamn.
CNC in the Music Factory. I challenge that. Somebody has showed me somebody who got Onyx on a playlist right now. I guarantee you don't. You know what I mean? Playlists you listen to on Spotify and Tidal, and they don't even.
I was about to say, because my whole East Coast playlist does not. No.
Mm-mm. Ain't nobody doom, 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 doom. Them, and guess who else was another thing where that was just the time? Dawes Effects.
What was their song?
You want effects? Some Dawes Effects.
Ah, yes. I have not heard that in a long time.
Hippity ho, hit for the hills, because I'm the weeping with low and the daffodil. What? What's the one dude? What's the one little young dude that's a comedian? His name is like, is it Ching? It's not Chingy, but it's like something like that. He did a parody of all like the 90s music, and he was talking like that, like in the weeping with low, and then the daffodil, and then like he was in the like in the subway and going like, our music was trash.
Our music was trash. Hey, fam.
Hey, what's this?
But it was a moment, and I haven't heard that in a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Yeah, no.
You know who else stayed there? Like, this is what I'm saying about Chingy. Like, that would be like somebody like Naughty by Nature is performing at the Trump rally.
Now I do hear
cares?
what's the other song? Here we go, no, here we go. I do hear that more than the other one. Is that Naughty by Nature?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the song called?
Here we go now. Holler if you hear me though.
Whatever.
Come and feel me flow. I'm like, what did you just say?
Told you lyrics and not my strong. I'll make shit up. But I do hear that song more often than the other one.
Then what one?
OPP.
Hip Hop Hooray.
That one too.
Oh, OPP is not a song. Once that song, actually, you probably can't even really
Find it?
No, play it. It's offensive.
Oh.
Once you figure out what he's talking about. So
That one's not, no, that's not on my playlist.
I don't even know how we got here.
We were talking about Chingy.
Yes,
Yes.
Chingy is terrible. But these are people that you would be like, if they showed up. What are artists that you wouldn't care if they played at a Trump rally? Chingy would be one. Nelly would be another.
No, I would be pissed if it was Nelly.
Onyx would be another one.
No, come on, not Onyx.
Naughty by Nature. Like, these are people that if they performed, you would not be like, now damn it. Because what you gonna say? I ain't buying no more of your music.
Shut up.
Like, who would you be mad at if they performed at, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be mad if it was like a Jill Scott. You'd be like, now, Jill, I know you didn't. Or Pharrell.
Or Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, those people. Snoop. These are people you would be highly disappointed in.
Mm-hmm.
Chingy, guess what? I'm going to sleep well tonight. Not even think about it tomorrow. Now, if Snoop did that, I'd be like, now, damn, Snoop, you Uncle Snoop. Chingy. And y'all made him feel bad for getting a check that you know he needs.
And did.
I'd have been like, y'all know I need this check. Y'all stop streaming my music.
Figure out another way, nigga.
No, that's it. Now, the fact that it was at the LGBTQA plus, IA plus, I don't know. I'm sorry, I forgot one. What is the I?
I don't know. I just know that that's what I've been seeing, the LGBTQIA plus.
Them. Now, the fact that you was there after you played so hard about not being a part of their community, and then now you want to go perform in their community. Now, that part is twisted and sick. And now that you need to be talked to about. Like, and if I was them, I'm like, why am I?
You need to be talked to.
Yeah, you need to be talked to sternly in that voice.
What just happened?
Because you need to be talked to. Like, come on, bro. Like, what you openly dissed a whole community of people only to turn around and then perform for the same community that you dissed.
That's why they figured.
Did they do their homework? Like, did y'all know who y'all invited?
They may have. Because I mean, all you can do is invite, and it's up to
get
them to
Neo and then
not Neo
and Bobby Valentino.
We can go ahead and sacrifice him.
And Neo.
No, I like Neo's music.
But he's in the community, so why not invite somebody who's in the community?
He is not.
Do we have a LGBTQIA plus Democratic situation?
That I don't know.
Okay. I was just curious because I really don't care.
Why don't we ask some of our friends that are city officials?
They're just not coming on here now. we clearly go too far. I'm like,
all right.
What do we got next?
So we have Blockbuster.
Yeah, because Chingy was the last one. That was crazy. So let's do this.
Introducing Blockbuster's movie review on TDS Radio, your go-to source for fire reviews on movies, at-home streaming, cable television, and more. Let's see if it'll get the 2 thumbs up from the Sibs or if it's whack. The reviews will cover edge-of-your-seat thrillers to heartwarming dramas. We got you covered for all your entertainment cravings every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And for my streamers, let's create an entertainment community. If you have a show or movie we should review, DM us so we can share it. Life is too short for bad movies and boring shows. So tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. for the review and follow us on Facebook, Instagram to join the community of entertainment enthusiasts. It's Blockbusters Movie Review. Get your popcorn ready. It's TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.
I had a couple things, or I had one thing that I watched, and you had one thing that you watched, and then there's one show that we watched together. So what I watched was a movie called Afraid. And this movie basically takes Alexa, and Alexa begins to control their life in a different type of way in every aspect. And what made me really want to watch it is because it started with the kids having too much screen time. And I'm an advocate for not giving kids too much screen time. I don't mind it, but everything has its limit, and there shouldn't be too much screen time at certain times and nights and things like that. And you got to pay attention to what kids are watching, because it opens by a young girl watching what started out to be a kid's thing, and then later on in the video it flipped and turned into something that was demonic. So the blurb reads, the Curtis family is selected to test a new home device, a digital assistant called AIA. Aya learns the family's behaviors and begins to anticipate their needs, and she can make sure nothing and no one gets to her family anyway. So notice her family, meaning she tried to take over the family. So what am I going to say about the movie? Let's get to it. Once again, it had promise. I'm like, okay, and ending, not okay. It's like people are rushing the endings of these movies. Like, okay, you got me. I'm invested. I've watched it. I should have known better. Jesus was telling me to not watch this movie because I fell asleep 3 times. I had to watch this movie in the afternoon at 1:00 to get through it. I tried to go home and watch it after TDS multiple times and couldn't get through it. Now, maybe I was just tired and I got sleep apnea and I need a CPAP.
How long?
Who knows? Huh?
How long is it?
It's only 1 hour and 24 minutes.
Oh, yeah, nigga, that's you.
I fell asleep at the same part every time. It was like a lullaby. But I will say that once I could stay with it, it was good. The ending gets a thumbs down. So once again, if you want to watch it, you can watch it on Prime Video. Would I rent it? Nope. I'd wait till it's free.
Damn.
I'm not paying. What's the price here?
Isn't it $20?
$9.99.
Not even $9.99.
Not paying it. No, $9.99 for a rental. It says here if you're a Prime member. Not paying it.
And it must not have been good because it was in theaters for a hot second.
Well, because people are getting that check to hurry up and put it on streaming services. So I've been reading about that. Like, you give it a hot second in the movie, but you're getting more money now for it to go on the streaming platforms.
So then what does that do for the movie industry?
Well, kill it.
Yikes.
Unless you stand on business like my man did. Who was the one that said he wasn't letting his thing go to streaming? It's a movie that just came out. Sorry, I can't remember it. It'll come to me. But he said, nah, it'll stream when it, like, he's doing his old school, like when movies would go to DVD.
Yeah.
So you gotta wait the time. I forgot the name of the movie. But so for me, Coach Block, Afraid is something to watch, but nothing I'm gonna knock down and say I gotta see. So the plot and everything gets a thumbs up, but the ending, trash.
Yikes. That always sucks.
Yeah. And you watched?
So I made the mistake of going to see Halle Berry's new film that she has been promoting like crazy, Never Let Go. So as you did, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to read the synopsis of it where it says, when an unspeakable evil takes over.
She got to say synopsis. I said blurb.
Not the truth.
I'm going to do like you and read the synopsis. And I said blurb. Blurb felt better. The fuck? Continue, man. Damn. Always with you, man. Doritos. Go ahead, man.
Anyway, it says, when an unspeakable evil takes over the world, the only protection for a mother and her twin sons is their house and a strong bond. Needing to stay connected at all times, even tethering themselves with ropes, they must cling to one another and never let go. However, when one of the boys questions if the evil is real, the ties that bind them together are severed, triggering a terrifying fight for survival. That movie was trash. Absolute
Ouch.
trash. It was terrible. It was entirely too long. It was drawn out. And for whatever reason, I do not understand why they feel that when you end up in like this dystopian era of like I Am Legend and stuff like that, where the world comes to an end, why do we adapt this like Southern slavery-esque dialect where we got to talk like this? So you mean to tell me just because the world ends, we now forget how to speak eloquently? You know, so that was a whole thing.
Blurb. So now, you know, it happens.
It was terrible. And I'm not quite really sure what I watched, to be completely honest, because that whole theme of her saying like, you know, things are evil. And she was seeing, you know, her mother and her husband and her father in the woods. And she kept telling the boys like, don't go out there because, you know, things are horrible. They're evil. And you got to stay, you know, tied to this rope. And she would have them recite like different prayers every single night to make sure that the evil didn't touch them. But the movie kept going on and on and on and on. It wasn't scary in the least bit.
That's terrible.
Not in the least bit. There was no jump scare at any moment, at any time. And then it was just way too dialogue heavy. And when you thought that you were kind of figuring it out, it was like, no, I don't know. It didn't really explain anything. And even when walking out of the theater, I just, like hours later, was still trying to piece together a film. And that's one thing that I don't like. I do enjoy films that when you walk away, it leaves you with something where you're just like, oh man, that was really good. Like Insidious stuck with me for a good while because there were so many elements to it that defied the typical horror film. But this one, I just kept thinking, what the hell did I just watch? What was the meaning of all of this? And the only thing that I could possibly think that it had to deal with schizophrenia. And that was passed down to, you know, her sons, and that they unfortunately, you know, were suffering from it. And because they were starving, because she wouldn't go any further than what the ropes allow. And, you know, they used up all their resources and, you know, wouldn't go any further to get any food, even though civilization was existing outside of where they were. It exacerbated the issue of them, you know, essentially feeling that mental illness a lot sooner than what they should. But it was terrible. I now understand why Halle Berry was doing so much promo for this, because it's just not a good film. And when I, you know, see these actors and they sit down and they do these table reads and they're going over the scripts, it makes me wonder, y'all really sat here and said, yep, this is it. This is the film. This is going to get them. This is going to make people say, we like this. Do not waste your time. Don't waste your money. I don't even care if it's free. I don't care if you have nothing else on TV to watch. Do not watch this movie. It was horrible.
Okay.
So 2 thumbs down.
There it is. Sorry, I was late. 2 thumbs down.
Yeah.
Never let go.
Don't do it.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, y'all know what time it is now.
Oh, wait, I got to grab it.
And we'll do this and then we're going to get out of here for this good Tuesday.
Oops. Hold on. Okay.
It is now time for, say it with me now, the messy letter. So let's talk about people's problems today.
Okay. It says, hi. Please keep me anonymous. My boyfriend and I have been together for 2.5 years and living together 1.5. We had some ups and downs, and it included him neglecting our romantic relationship and help around the house. He had always been private about his, wouldn't let me post on social media because he's private. Now, I am poor with regulating my emotions when he continued to neglect our relationship and always blamed it due to stress. I have caused many scenes in public, which have contributed to the unknown of this relationship and if it will work. I just found out he's been cheating on me with a girl he met at the gym since sometime in March. He says she's cool, but he's not in love, and that he's willing to end things with her and be faithful while I grieve and can truly make a decision if I'm in love with him or want to be with him, and if I can actually forgive him. Now, this man surprised me, surprised his entire family and all of his friends. Anyone who knows him never thought he'd cheat. We both cried for hours yesterday talking over our relationship where I felt neglected, and he finally admitted he didn't like I was attracted to him. He didn't feel like I was attracted to him anymore because of the constant times I would embarrass him in public or remind him of every little thing that he did wrong. He's right there. I did belittle him in the midst of my emotions often and before the cheating occurred. He admitted he couldn't handle what he did to me. He'd be heartbroken or probably couldn't move past it. But part of me wants to believe he will do whatever it takes to rebuild trust. Part of me is scared I'll get hurt again. Is it too much to have him share his location, call me throughout the day, and allow me to have passwords to his social media and the code to his phone? I know that it seems like a lot, but I allowed him to have access to everything of mine in the beginning because I wanted him to feel secure, and he does now. He knows I never cheat, so he stopped needing to see my phone, and it built trust in me. What should I do?
This woman openly admitted to belittling him.
Mm-hmm. Why is she embarrassed this man in public? She sound like you, like you are the toxic behavior.
You openly admitted to embarrassing him and belittling him in public prior to the cheating, him cheating. He felt like she didn't find him attractive. There's a lot of things that I see she's not taking accountability for. She's bypassing how he feels. He cheated, and now she's like, oh, I want your password to your phone, and I want to be even more intrusive because you cheated, but not address the fact, or she's easily glancing over the fact that you have a cause. Now, you can't literally make someone cheat, but you do have an active cause in this emotionally deficient relationship, so much so that you can't see your deficiencies. You want him to keep giving as if he has to continue to earn simple respect. And now he cheated, and now you're putting yourself back on the platform to say he needs to do XYZ to gain my trust again, while still not addressing the fact that you're going to change your behavior as far as belittling this man and talking to him crazy. This man has low self-esteem and is a victim of narcissistic abuse. I am done.
Crazy work. Let that chick go.
Yeah, he is caught in a abusive. He's being abused. Okay, his response to the abuse was to cheat. Now you're in a position where you're setting yourself up, rather than letting the relationship go. You're setting yourself up to now be in a constant mode of chasing whatever it is in her mind, whatever reality exists in her mind, for the rest of your life. No.
Yeah. Like you said, there's a lot of accountability that isn't being taken. And then when she goes into the whole thing of like, oh, well, he's not romantic. Well, what
That's
is
subjective?
I was going to say, what is romantic to you? And then once again, I'm noticing a lot of these messy letters. Y'all just aren't talking to your partner, because are you having this conversation with him? Because if you feel like there's something that you want or there's something that's missing, do you talk at all?
And being romantic is subjective. What story are you looking at for your romance? What are you basing that on? Because we are not genetically predisposed to be romantic. It comes from something. It comes from stories. It comes from what we romanticize as far as visual and stimulations and stuff like that. What have you seen to where you could say that this person is not romantic? What's to say?
Probably not. She too busy cutting his balls.
Right. You're embarrassing a person and then at the same time saying you're not romantic. And then admitting that I openly embarrass and belittle him. But then now I got to find a way to make this romantic.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only been married. They've only technically been together, 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
She said a year.
She said they've been together for 2.5 years and lived together for a year and a half.
So 3.5 years. And this is what he's put up with. And he's just now cheating.
Mm-hmm.
If I was him, you cheated for a reason.
Yeah,
your
you
reason,
definitely cheated for a
your
reason.
reason is justified. Keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, there's absolutely no communication. This is
No.
terrible. This situation is terrible. And I got the Denzel fingers. I don't know what this is about. Caught myself on screen like.
This fucking music is always timely.
I don't know. I mean, for me, this is simple, but that's also because I find myself being a little bit more in tune with who I am as a person.
Mm-hmm.
This dude needs to get in check with himself, and as you know, somebody said, as Joe said, he got his balls cut. You need to go get those back because this is crazy.
It's insane, especially when you say, "Oh, I embarrassed him in public," and you knowing that and being okay with that is crazy.
Because she sets it aside as if that's not a problem. That's exactly why he cheated. Come on, man. What?
You're belittling me as a man in public.
Somebody stroked his ego and said some nice things and he slept with her. Bow, boom, bang. And so, I don't know what to tell you. You sound like the chick from Norbert.
Rasputia.
There you go. That's what you are. You're Rasputia. Because that's what he sound. Old Norbert ass dude. Trying to watch my mouth because kids found us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, old Norbert ass dude. Like at the end of the day, like, yo, what are we talking about? He'll later grow a beard and have an angry podcast.
No. Please don't.
Because he seems like a decent dude who now is hurt. So at what point in time do you stick up for yourself, bruh? Like, I don't care what the situation is. You're not going to embarrass me.
Mm-mm.
And once again, this doesn't mean be one of those weirdo guys that punch women and get physical. I will do you the best favor, and that's leave you alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk
so
away
that
from
you can find somebody that works for you.
Yeah.
This ain't working for me.
Yeah.
And then now you want my cell phone, my location, and all that.
Mm-hmm. And a pen.
And a
like your passcode and all of that. Mm-hmm.
If I got to do all that, why am I married to you? I don't understand these things.
Folks rather run to social media for their problems instead of facing it with their partner because they don't really want advice. They just want validation. Absolutely. Yeah. She wants poor you. But leading up to this point of when we found out that he cheated, you were talking about all the things that you did to this man.
Right.
If you embarrass me in public, the relationship is over. And especially if it's something where you continuously do it and you know what you're doing.
She's done it more than once.
Yes.
What in the world is going on?
Absolutely not. You're literally doing that because it makes you feel good. Like, oh, I'm going to embarrass you and make you seem like this, that, and the third in public. Girl, fuck you. I'm sorry, kids. Forget you.
No, you good. And, I just got to make sure I don't be having no school apparel on whenever I do it. I don't want to be like, hey, mother, hey, son of a. Meanwhile, I got my old job on. It's like, Negro, relax.
Get it together.
But yeah, that messy letter is pretty cut, dry, and to the point. Like, just, you gotta leave that person alone. Like,
Here she come with her soft ass dude.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna respect that.
And with your family, because she's like, oh, well, he shocked, his family and friends because that's not his character. Like you said, he finally found someone who made him feel like a man. And it felt good, and I want more of that.
See, here's the thing about making you feel like a man, and I hate when I hear people say that. If somebody has to make you feel like a man, that is Shannon Sharp. That's my Michelle S type shit. I am a man. If I don't personally feel like a man, then I need to work on that. You know what I'm saying?
And he may.
And I think this dude has to. You can't allow people to stroke your ego that much to be like, oh, now I'm going to cheat. You're going to cheat regardless, dude. The issue that I see here is handle your business before you decide to do that, because you too are looking for validation, because you go and step outside your marriage versus saying, I'm not with this. We need to separate and we need a divorce. Cut this chick loose. There's no reason to go through this misery. And y'all young in the game. It ain't like this happened year 12, 13, 14, 3 years. Easy disconnection here. We're going to cut this cord so quick, it ain't even funny.
And do it before she gets pregnant.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, please.
I'm just saying, do it before she gets pregnant, because that's going to make matters worse. You have got
worse.
You've got to get out of this situation, because her being pregnant or being married to her, because I think they're just in a relationship. I don't think they're married. It's going to make the issue.
They're not married?
No, I think they're just together. Hold on, let me make sure.
Man, if you don't get this is Norbert.
Yeah, boyfriend.
Norbert.
My boyfriend and I.
He is Norbert. Somebody just wrote the damn Norbert story. That's all that is. You sitting here allowing yourself being abused by this, and then you're gonna go mess with the little skinny girl because she was nice to you.
And getting drunk off of Zima.
While your big girlfriend slides down water slides looking crazy.
No. She may belittle him in front of Yeah, it's not going to be good if she gets pregnant. So, sir, do yourself a favor. And hopefully your friends and your family are in your ear telling you, nah, this
probably
ain't
got none.
Well, no, she said that. She said, hold on.
His family.
Yeah. He surprised his entire family and all of his friends. Anyone who knows him never thought he'd cheat. And she said he also surprised her.
You just think you're going to keep abusing somebody. That's wild. That is crazy work. I'm sorry we don't have more fun to have with this, because it's upsetting. I don't like to hear anybody be abused at all. I don't care if that's emotionally abused, physically abused. I don't like that, because what that is just adult bullying. You know what I'm saying? And why do you feel the need that you need to torture another person when you have the option to walk away?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you strip that person of whatever innocence or whatever they had that made them who they were because you decided to be an asshole. That is terrible. What?
You sleepy?
Why you say that?
That left eye.
My left eye? I'm about to have a stroke on TV? No. This left eye?
Yeah.
No.
When you were talking to me, it was like,
because I am a little tired.
Okay.
That 4 o'clock hits. And when we get to this, it's a push. I thought it was this one. This one be the one I'd be like worried about because I can feel it. Why are we talking about that?
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's good to check to make sure I ain't having a stroke. And next thing you know, everything get droopy. It's like, cut. What?
That's why I wanted to check. I'm like, we good?
I mean, I didn't take my medicine this morning. It's like, no, I didn't, but I'm good. No, here's the thing. Can we talk about it? Here's why I was talking about emotional abuse and things like that. I'm not emotionally abused, but between myself and also Joe Purvis, who works with me, we give a lot of emotion to children. A lot. And that's far more draining than physical. I can handle the physical. Physical takes something, but that emotional piece, it's hard to rejuvenate. And a lot of times you can't rejuvenate fast enough. It's not even so much that it's like, okay, when you get hit physically, you get a bruise, you start to see yourself heal. But that emotional piece, and especially when you're going back to the same place over and over and over again, you just never get that cup refilled, and people just keep taking. And in this type of situation that this brother is in, he's in a situation very similar. And so for a minute, you got your cup filled from another person outside of your marriage. It's like, okay, even though that's wrong, for a minute, you got your cup filled.
Well, no, remember, they're just girlfriend and boyfriend.
I mean, it's still wrong. So you got your cup filled, but then the thing that I say about cheating, when somebody's cheating in that sense, remember, you got to go home.
Yes.
So you're going to be depleted again.
Mhm.
Now look at what you're facing. So then now, not only did you cheat, but then now you got caught cheating.
Mhm.
You got caught cheating, and now here comes all these
She done told your
parameters,
family
and
friends.
then now your character's under question and all that, because I'm sure you wasn't telling people that she was embarrassing you and all that stuff. So now all this stuff you got to deal with emotionally, and your cup is empty again. Now, how do you refill this? With this person? That's not it. This ain't it. This ain't how you are supposed to live. I know a person right now who can't use the phone when his woman comes home.
We're not going to talk about this.
Nah, that's straight up. You can't use the phone when your woman comes home, because that presence is that dominating in the house. That's abuse. Even our mother, when she would come home, you would just feel every bit of her stress just walk with her. That is we didn't do nothing for that.
Not a damn thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
As an adult, when you come home to kids, I'm sure you can understand.
And you know what? So here's the thing. All right. Here's what we do. When I hit that door, I know the time.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know that you're on. And it's not that child's fault that you live in a place or you work in a place that takes every bit of your energy, and then you still are working throughout the day even when that's over. It's not her fault. So you got to check that at the door. And it's hard, but you got to do it because that's for the kid. You can't bring the I'm a black man angry about every goddamn thing into the door every single time. Now, nobody said you're going to be Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse, but at least be able to present yourself to these people that love you inside that house in a way that lets you know that I'm here, I made it home, I love y'all, I'm just exhausted. Not, why the fuck is this? And why the fuck is that? And y'all ain't do this, and the floor ain't vacuumed, and the bathtub ain't clean. Remember, we went through that.
Yes,
that was life.
Mm-hmm.
And you thinking everybody in this motherfucker was happy 10 minutes ago.
Chilling.
Everybody was happy. Here you go
Mm-hmm.
with your shit. That's abuse. You see what I'm saying? And until you get older, you don't realize that it doesn't take a belt. That abuse there was every single goddamn day. And I'm not the only person, and you're not the only person. A lot of us go through that in our home, and we don't realize that our parents emotionally abused the shit out of us because they were going through bullshit themselves and didn't know how to handle it.
Right.
This woman is abusing this man because she does not know how to handle the things that she is going through. So he's an easy target, so I'll take it out on him. He's not strong enough because of whatever he's going through to have a backbone in his self to say, this ain't doing this shit. Not, what in the hell? Embarrassed? I'm not doing that with you. And so then now this cycle of people just not being healed continues, so much so that she's like, we're going to keep this up. I'm going to keep torturing you, but now I'm going to torture you more because I need your number. I need your location. I need your pen. I need...
What? All because allegedly you weren't being romantic enough.
Because of a level of romance that she has. Crazy work. Because I may not ever be able to live up to what's in your mind. That's wild.
Especially if it hasn't been expressed, which I don't feel like this woman does not give me that you communicate.
Nobody's presence should be that strong over you to where it alters how you live. Like, that's not living. That is not living right there. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's going to have problems. Everybody's going to have complications to where you have to learn how to communicate because I like this, you like that. We got to figure out how we can take a little bit of each of this and proceed. That though is a straight dictatorship. Do what I say, do, or else.
Mhm.
That's wild. Like if the roles were reversed, somebody would call the cops on him.
Mhm.
You're not going to openly embarrass a woman in public and other people and family see it and you get away with it. If you would be considered a woman abuser. Same thing happens to men. So he needs to take his Norbert ass and figure it out. Watch the movie. Norbert got a backbone and left her alone.
Mhm.
That's it. You can't be scared to be by yourself. If that's what being with somebody entails, I don't want to be with them.
Hell no. Not in the least bit.
I'm sorry, this was I said something.
Especially because you are usually the best part of those babies' day. Oh yeah.
You are. Like, man, when I hit the door, you can hear it. Daddy's home. And then you hear feet. And when she hit that corner, she don't want to see me. I hate everything about everything all the time. The fuck out my face. Yesterday is a perfect example in my life. So Mondays are my days where I pick her up. From the time I picked her ass up, from snack to dinner to chips to this to her mom walked in that door, she was in my ass. Then she thought it was funny. I sat on the porch. So while she was watching her movie, I go to get ready to turn the doorknob. She locked the goddamn door. And so it, but it's not her fault that I'm working in a place that drains me.
Mhm.
So you better find that damn energy. Like the one thing I took, it was a conversation that Nikki Giovanni was having with who's the other poet, the black man. Come on, Pooh. You know who he is. He's a poet, and an activist. I forgot his name, but she said, a lot of people got upset when she said, "I want you to lie to me. Lie to me like you lied to those people at your job. And don't come home and give me your ass to kiss because you want to take it out on me. You don't say nothing to him when you're at work.
And don't.
So then when you come home, lie to me the same way." And I promise you, ever since I seen that clip, that has resonated with me. And maybe I'll find it one day and play it, because he was like, I can't lie to you. She said, no, you must, because you do everything you need to do outside the house to keep them happy.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't you do that with me? And then as a typical man, everybody's just sitting there like, I don't know. Maybe you got a point. She said, how come her quote was, how come a person like me who loves you the most gets the least of you?
I know that's right.
I'm going to find out the clip of who. Oh, James Baldwin.
Oh, okay.
They were having a discussion about just relationships. And she was saying, in there, how come the person who loves you the most gets the least out of you? And that resonated with me, because that is the truth. I go to work and an email hit, I answer it and I smile in the hallways and every kid come on and that and all that. And then I get home and look at my kid, get the hell out of my goddamn face. Nah, man.
Right.
No.
And I ain't did nothing to you.
And it's just so innocent.
Mm-hmm.
That's abuse. So then if my presence, I don't want my presence to bring that in somebody else's life.
Mm-hmm.
That means I'm not healed. Why do you find pleasure? Why does this lady find pleasure in embarrassing the person who she claims to love? What is wrong with you?
Right.
Not him, you.
Right.
And then now you can't see yourself out of this relationship, because if I'm embarrassing this person, that means I don't really respect them.
Not at all. She doesn't respect him at all.
So then I'm going to remain in a relationship with somebody I don't respect. What does that say about not him? What does that say about you?
Mm-hmm.
When you could easily say, this ain't working for me, and leave. You're the abuser.
Right.
But it's easy because he's soft. I wish the hell I would. And I'm not saying it as a physical sense. I'm saying it as mentally and emotionally, I would have to leave because I can't take that on.
Right.
That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, things like that is not fair. And I don't care if it's man to woman, woman to man. It's not fair to impose yourself and your grief and whatever issues that you have on another human being because you're just not happy with you. And clearly that person is not happy with themselves.
Not at all. So, girl, get your life together.
Yeah.
Sir, leave her.
Yeah.
Because right now is the best time. You don't have anything that's keeping you there. You don't have children. You don't have a house. There's no marriage. It should be a clean break.
And don't let her tears get you. She's going to cry with the next one.
Pretty
Peace.
much. Mm-hmm.
Like my man Timberlake said, cry me a river. You can go on and just. Is he still in the cookout or is he not in the cookout anymore?
No, I think we kind of revoked him. Yeah. I don't think he knows what to do with himself.
I don't know. I don't even know why Justin Timberlake came up.
She said, cry me a river.
Oh, yeah. See, sleepy.
Well, with that being said, we were almost.
Somebody actually gave it to me. Yeah, it was James. Hey, on TV. Yes, it was James Baldwin. And the thing, like I said, it was a great dialogue to hear because for men, we think that like we come home, I had a hard day. Shit. Shit. And then now everybody get that.
Mm-hmm.
That's abuse.
Yeah.
Nobody in that house deserves you coming home. Shit.
And I don't want to hear that.
Right. Meanwhile, you was just at work.
Right. Unless you're me. Like, I hate everybody. What do you want?
No, I mean, that you were putting on your face. You were blackface at work because you can't tell people, kiss my ass, I'm not answering that email. You know what I'm saying? So you do it and you answer that email and you, yes, boss, how's it do it? Then you get home, I'll smack everybody in their goddamn face. That's not right. It's not right. That's not right. And as a younger me, I was one of those people that did that. Like in my first marriage, younger block came home, and home was like, to my mind, it was a dumping ground. Mm-hmm. But it was a dumping ground because that's what we lived. I'm only mimicking the behaviors that I saw. Everybody, everything's wrong. Dishes clean. What? Food ain't ready. Why ain't you take no bath? Everything is. You'd be like, yo, you were home for 2 minutes and everybody's miserable. Remember when I ran with that cheese toast? Story time, and then we're out of here. So,
I don't know. She's coming.
So I always got kicked out of my mother's house whenever she lived around the corner from me. Literally, she lived like a block away from me. And so, you know, it would be like me and her would be laughing and joking and having a good time. And it was like, all right. Yeah.
Bruh,
cheese toast. I'm about to get to the story. All right. I got to set it up so that we can go. So then now, you know, me and my sister laughing, joking. I'm like, yo, what y'all got to eat? And she like, nothing. We ain't cook nothing. Da, 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 da. And I seen bread. I seen cheese. I seen butter. Bang. Cheese toast. Just made me a couple slices and I'm out your hair. Well, our mom counts every goddamn thing. And you can't just randomly eat things because then she'll get mad. I was going to eat that. You know you wasn't. Well, you don't know what I was going to do. It's there for when I'm ready to eat it.
And she always acted like you were the fucking Tasmanian.
Yeah.
devil.
And then, oh, well, you going because you'll eat up all my shit. 2 pieces of bread. Like, so I'm in the kitchen and I'm making the cheese toast. And then while I'm making the cheese toast, I'm talking to my sister who's in the living room. And then from the kitchen, you can see the driveway. She pulls up the driveway and the cheese toast wasn't quite ready yet. And I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the oven to hit bing so I can roll. And it did just in time. And I ran past Kim through the front door like, oh no, here she comes. She's coming. I'm holding hot ass toast in my hand. And that's what we call abuse. Why can't I eat cheese toast? Why do I know that once she come in the door, I'm going to get cussed out
You gonna hear her mouth.
for eating cheese toast?
And then she'll fucking gaslight you and be like, who said you couldn't have it?
Yeah.
I would have let you have it.
I would have let you have it. Why are you running around here looking stupid? over some damn cheese toast. Because if you would have walked in that kitchen and seen me making cheese toast, first of all, you ain't got no bread at your house. I'm not at my house.
The first question is, why are you here?
Yeah, why are you here? Why are you here? Well, because I live right down the street. I just wanted to be, why are you eating in my refrigerator? You ain't got no cheese toast at home? I might not. I just wanted some damn cheese toast. And so to prevent that altercation, I had hot cheese toast in my hand. And when I tell y'all I was running, I'm high-kneeing it out of that kitchen to the front porch as quickly as possible so I don't get in trouble over cheese toast.
As if you can't smell it.
As if you can't smell it. That's abuse. That is not normal, yo. That's not normal shit. You should be able to go to your parents' house and have 2 pieces of bread with some cheese on it and a little butter. But for me, I'm like, oh shit, she's here. And I'm like, and once again, like, if y'all think this is new with Kim laughing at me, as I'm running past her, she's sitting on the couch laughing, like, are you serious?
Dying. Because now I gotta explain this shit. Because here she comes. What?
And I ran back home. Well, I ran to the front porch and then walked down the street with my cheese toast. Because I didn't feel like hearing that shit. With hot ass cheese toast in my hand.
You was risking it with the cheese. Should have just did butter.
The cheese is what made it take too long. I'm waiting for my cheese to get right. And I'm talking about old school cheese toast, y'all.
Yes.
You know, where you take the slice and then you sit it in the broiler for a hot second, get it out. Soon as as soon as I seen her hit the corner, I'm like, shit. And I'm waiting, like, come on. And I took it out the broiler. It was like, she's here, but I'm balancing it. You shouldn't have to live like that.
You shouldn't.
For some damn cheese toast. So my man, what I'm trying to say is, man, don't do that to yourself. Go ahead on and get yourself out that relationship and get yourself some therapy and get into a healthy position so that you can be transparent and honest with your person.
Yes.
And it's so much better. God is so much better. I'm telling y'all, don't, you say stuff like this, then like a year later, 1 year later, you be broken up and crying on TDS. But I'm going to say it. It's so much better in the relationship that I have. I appreciate the fact that we can be transparent. Transparency is key. All right, look, this is how I feel. Boom. All right, well, this is how I feel. Boom. All right, well, what we about to do? This is what we're going to do. Well, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. All right, well, then, and everybody go about their way. That's not what you have here. What you have is her imposing herself on you to the point of embarrassment. And that's different. And you need to get out of that. That's not healthy for anything. And before you have children, like you said, go ahead and get out of that relationship.
Immediately.
So that was Tuesday. Tomorrow we'll try this thing. We'll try this thing again. See if we get it right. I'll lower the lower thirds a little bit because everybody's here. I spent the whole time behind people. That shit ain't right. Because it's our new setup, so I got to make the adjustment. But y'all have a good night and enjoy your butter toast.
Don't run.
TDS Radio, our voice, our cult. What's that say?
That.
Oh man. So did y'all get did you get the email? You were one of the people that he's allegedly sent the email to. So text me, because if you ain't get the email, you gonna have me go upstairs and go on somebody. So yeah, that made my eye lazy again. TDS Radio, God willing, we'll be back. Wait, nope, nothing. Okay, Thank you. I'm glad we have proof. All right, thank you. TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Peace.
Bye.